And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we doing this fine Monday? Oh, I have had a weekend of weekends in that I kind of sort of had some time off if you consider your family going off on a holiday thing, but you can't go because you have work to do. Time off? It gave me the freedom to do something stupid, which I did. I went out and kind of had fun, except for the fact that someone turned up that I wasn't super pleased to see. And yeah, so it would have been like a pretty awesome night out, no responsibilities, which is always lovely, and it wasn't that. Because other people are allowed to exist in my reality, including the ones that I actively am not huge fans of. But anyway, I didn't turn up. Yeah. Well, this was it, Roger. It wasn't anybody that you fucking know. Literally, I went to a rock club. It was all right. Kind of quiet, but I mean, it wasn't quiet. The music was very loud, but there wasn't a ton of people, but that was okay. There was enough people that there was a vibe going on. But yeah, this individual has a very, very big opinion of themselves. You know how I will often tell people, no, you don't understand. Some people are that fucking stupid, while simultaneously thinking that they're really, really smart. He's like one of the prime examples. So much so that now that I've said that this person's a fucking idiot, if he ever happens to stumble upon this, he won't think it was him. But this individual is convinced that they have an extremely high IQ. After doing it on an online test or something. I can't remember the specifics.
He just blurted it out to you as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were just standing there. Hadn't seen him in ages. And he was just like rambling off a bunch of things. Has this bad habit of like, he's like, I don't like to use the term toxic personalities on people because it's usually not very fair. But he's not the best human being I've ever met. Likes to neg people, said some weird, random, like, questionably derogatory shit. But at the same time, it's like, I don't care. And it's just, yeah, it's super fucking weird. But yeah, he thinks he has an IQ of well over 150. Which is very obviously not true. So, yeah, I had to eventually just make him go away. He's also someone who thinks he could control people. So, like, there's like a beer garden of sorts in the place. It's like, oh, we're going back here. You should come with us. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And I sat down and I put my arms out on a corner chair. So, you enjoy yourself. And he had this look on his face like, I don't, but people do what I say. I don't. Ooh, yeah. Toxic. I think friends is a strong word. Toxic acquaintance. Embrace the toxic brood. Yeah. It's all fun and memes until, yeah. One of the things I know his ex-partner, and one of the things he came out, I feel really bad when I pushed her over, which is like a very, very big understatement that he was kind of an abusive shithead. Yeah. 150, please, decimal point. Yeah, he's not a good human being, and thinks he's amazing. It's a sort of classic example of a narcissist, and it's just fucking wild. So him being there was just super awkward and uncomfortable, and yeah, just made the night not as fun as it could have been. Remembering, even just them knowing that he still exists.
Yeah, but you got hit on.
I did get hit, not by him, thankfully.
Oh God.
Although
that would be an turn of events.
Couldn't blame him.
Considering that he's extremely homophobic.
Yeah, but it's in that way where you know why he's extremely homophobic. How come people who know it all don't know how annoying they are? Because they don't. I had to teach my cousin this lesson in that talking about how smart you are is something that stupid people do. And my cousin's not like super dumb. He's not like the brightest person in the fucking universe. I have many cousins, so I'm not going to be specific.
Yeah, I
but
think
one of them.
I think he just lacks confidence, and he thinks well, he used to, hopefully.
This was when he was a kid.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, you're good at video games, and I'm good at all the list of clever things. It's like, A, I'm perfectly capable at all those things. Shut your fucking mouth. And B, like, don't, even if it was true, if you're as smart as you think you are, you just don't fucking say it. Like, because it's not cool. People don't like it. People don't want to hear how clever you think you are.
And then you get people like me who assume that I'm always wrong.
The smartest people I've ever met... the smartest person I've ever met, who was, like, fucking ridiculously smart, was kind of incredibly bad at peopling, but also he didn't talk about his intelligence. He was just bad at peopling. But his intellect was, like, really fucking obvious, to the point of you did still kind of want him to shut up sometimes. But there was no self-aggrandizing about it. There was no, look how clever I am. It's just more kind of annoying.
Oh, you mean like how the kids just spout facts?
Like that,
It's
but
not- they're
turned
not-
up to 30.
Yeah, they're not doing it to be, like, to show off their
no.
intelligence. They're doing it because they find it fun.
Yeah, well, they have an interesting thing then. They must share it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that is what a lot of hyper-intelligent people are like, as, like, they just love to tell you this thing they learn. And it's like, that sounds fascinating. I got about half of it. Didn't Super Brainiac Witless have an IQ over 159 self-reported? It's always self-reported. Yeah.
The thing about the IQ thing is that a lot of the time it's kind of pointless.
So, Sick, you are the glitch the system is afraid of. I am the system.
Like, IQ is based on a generalization of a population. So really it's more just an average.
Oh, I like that. Sexual intellectual.
Oh my god.
Is a nice way of saying fucking know-it-all. I want to be a sexual intellectual.
There you go, that's another thing to add to your bio on your YouTube.
Yeah, but I really do not consider myself a know-it-all. A lot of people consider me a know-it-all because I talk with confidence.
Yeah, but you do things ironically, so...
Yeah, but also when I'm explaining something that I've learned, I do talk with confidence, and it's usually in response to someone saying something really fucking stupid. Like, yeah. I used to do that as a kid, but then I got bullied into not doing it, got diagnosed with autism, now. Yeah, I mean, again, there is a difference. Like I said, incredibly intelligent people just want to talk about the things they know.
Can we talk about Egypt now?
Are you saying that you're incredibly intelligent?
No, it's just it's the one thing that I know about.
Yeah. Remember how smart Roger is as well. DNA certified. Fucking DNA certified.
Not again. I don't want to remember that.
It has DNA on it. You have been handling it quite a lot. It's human. Well, you have been handling it a lot. It's related to me.
Roger, you licked it.
Roger, stop licking it. I was genuinely assessed by Mensa and had an IQ of 134. Means absolutely nothing when I'm driving a forklift around the yard. Helps when I'm planning patios, swings, and roundabouts. Fair enough. But yeah, to have a 160 IQ, you're like that. I believe that's genius level, and genius this guy ain't. Did Roger bust on the object? Oh my god.
Oh no, he probably didn't
Start
he?
looking for white streaks. God, no.
No.
I noticed a huge improvement when I switched from snake oil to unicorn farts. Taste the rainbow. Oh, fuck's sake. When you don't need to tell people what you are if you are something, you show it to people. You don't need to tell people nice guys and quirky girls spring to mind. Yeah. Basically, you never need to tell someone what you are. It should be obvious. I mean, occasionally, something will come up and you'll be asked.
Yes, the reign of Seti the First. Wasn't he like one of the Ramses?
Oh, right.
A New Kingdom thing. I don't really do New Kingdom.
Handsome, famous, and sexual intellectual.
I like the Middle Kingdom.
That's so good. Wasn't there a super genius guy who was a bouncer? More than likely. And that's one of the other things, and it is one of those things that someone like the individual I'm discussing, who is definitely not that bright, but it gives them hope, I suppose. He does not have a good job. It's a very, very, very bad job. But there are very intelligent people who decide, I don't want to do smart shit anymore. I just want to have a normal life and not have to fuck about with that shit. But many people who are not super bright do those jobs as well, for a reason. You know, having a... I don't want to talk down on any jobs. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick. But for someone who's as smart as he thinks he is, it's weird that he's never had any opportunity to be bloody a rocket scientist or a whatever. He's not even close to any of that shit. Just, you know, very, very blue collar work. I don't know. Skipping all my messages. He's learning. I just didn't see them.
No, he's very he'll just hone in on one and that's it.
It's not even pickiness. I will not let this person speak for me. The reason I miss messages is because I don't fucking notice. My girlfriend is really into Egypt. She thinks SETI 2 is hot. The sequel to SETI 1.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at
the
it because I'm
revenge.
not 100% sure.
So many genius kids burn out due to pressure.
Second.
I mean, he's burnout. I had to get my IQ tested due to schooling and got the 98th percentile, but it wasn't difficult as the area I was living in was extremely poor and I didn't have enough people to be a village. I mean, that's fair, because a lot of it is based on surroundings. And
Are you on about the statues or the mummy?
Are you telling me that mummies aren't incredibly sexy?
The second statues are they have a very traditional style to them, so it's hard to tell what they really looked like through the statues. But then there's loads of pictures of his mummy as well.
I got an IQ test in my last
It's
year
very
of
well
high school.
preserved.
I was expecting 120 and only got 112, and it killed me. You have to bear in mind that IQ tests are not everything, and they're often not super duper accurate. Like
I said
a lot
earlier,
of people will tell you they're basically meaningless.
The generalizations over a population. So it's like, on average, your IQ is this based on the population.
I've had a lot of people guess my IQ at me, and it's wild just to listen to what people say. I've never had a test. I have no interest in having a test. Even if they were accurate, I wouldn't be super interested in knowing, because it's the kind of thing that can sort of, even if you're trying not to let it, it can sort of stick in the back of your head as potentially a limiting factor, or like oh, I've got, like, if it turned out to be really high, and then you've just never done anything that you find particularly, like, worthwhile, that's gonna fuck with you too. So, you know, I think they wouldn't exist if they didn't have some position in society, but I wouldn't live or die by them. And if you don't need to have one done, I personally, I haven't, and I wouldn't, even if I thought I would get one. I mean, okay, I'll be honest, I have done a lot of fucking internet ones, but that is just for the memes and just to see if I can game them and get as high as humanly possible. Yeah. Because they are always incredibly simple and very, very cheatable. That's something that's funny. Someone who will, like, just do it and then do it again, or just cheat at it and get it and go, yeah, I've got this IQ. I did this test that I cheated at. It's like, no.
Did you know female mummies were less preserved due to the preservers molesting the body, so the family kept the dead bodies longer so the guys wouldn't lust after the corpse? Wow, no, I did not know that. That's horrible.
Are flat earthers followers of Zent? I do not know what that is, but Gesundheit. I thought IQ just measured the ability to retain info.
God,
I thought it was the ability to use information. Information retention is a very different thing than your ability to apply.
Well, like my sister, she's very academically successful. Because
she can take in facts like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah. She has this she's a sponge for information. So she just wants to absorb certain information. She will, and then she'll parrot it back verbatim.
But she will very self-admittedly do stupid shit.
But she's not that smart in terms of, like, applying herself to things outside of academia.
Like, a lot of people are not hugely... I think one of the best things to be is curious.
Yeah, my sister's not a curious person.
A curious mind is usually one of someone... You're not necessarily the smartest person on earth, but you're probably more interesting than most people. So even if you're not very bright, if you're curious and you just want to find out stuff and you want to go out and look at things, you're probably doing better than a lot of people. I agree with Sir Sick. All vests are stupid, and getting a fashionable IQ vest makes my point for me. Pal, what the fuck? I like vests, so go fuck yourself. Whether I didn't know if it's a bad thing, but yeah. A high number is no guarantee of performance, as I used to tell the ex. You mean a long number? I thought it was normal to just remember facts and passages until my teacher asked if I had a photographic memory. Yeah, I mean, some people... and brains work in all sorts of weird, different ways. And I think that the most important thing to remember about, like, the geniuses of the world, and it's a bit of a cliche, but it's true. It's like, genius is like 10% intellect. No, that's it. 10% inspiration, 90% perspiration. Like, you don't get to be a really clever person if you don't put in the work. And it's work. It's like a lot of work to go out and, like, actually bother to use it. The most interesting man in the world, the Dos Equis man. The best way to dress is a blazer over a t-shirt. You are a terrible human.
Do you work for Apple?
Zombies ain't my brain. It's okay, you weren't using it. Don't poke forks in power sockets. I mean, yeah. I learnt about the Celtic goddess Morrigan from erotica books. You can learn from anything. I know I learnt a few of the more sort of esoteric words from playing Vimeo games. And I even learnt what they meant because they were sort of applied within those worlds in ways that made it understand.
You learnt German from video games.
I learnt some words. I didn't learn German. That's not the same thing. I do not know how to German.
Yeah, but you just hit Untagen at the end of everything.
If you end any English word with Untagen, it instantly becomes very German, and they will perfectly understand you and not tell you to get out of the country. Don't tell me what to do. I will never tell you what to do. I will suggest that you fuck up. No. I'm not a genius, just good at punching numbers in a calculator. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you write enough things down, you could do most sums.
Schmetterling. Just shouting Schmetterling. It means,
I know all the best
It means
words.
butterfly. It's such an aggressive word for butterfly.
I learned a bunch about Greek festivals after the stupid Olympics controversy of the opening act. I can't deny the fucking Olympic shooting memes have been pretty
they're really
fucking
fun,
great.
yeah.
It's like, when did anime become real life? Everyone learned Mein Leben from Wolfenstein 3D. I believe it's Wolfenstein, but I know so many people say Wolfenstein because they think they're clever.
Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein is
It's Wolfenstein because it was fucking made by Americans.
And also, Wolfenstein is a little town in Austria.
Is it full of zombie Hitlers?
I'm not sure.
Then it's not good enough.
I only learned it from my German friend because of D&D. So.
I learned about how viruses spread through a population through the blood curse from World of Warcraft. There is a bug, or that was an unintended mechanic, but that is fascinating. They even did experiments on it, and that people would be massive assholes with this virus thing, and that definitely didn't turn out to reflect reality. Thank God. Doesn't exist.
We learn things from this chat. You learn how not to be terrible.
You can learn things from this chat.
That's why I thought that's why you're here, so you can learn not to be terrible.
No. These are terrible people. They are learning to be terrible. You learn to accept it.
Oh, right, okay.
You are terrible.
It's not awareness, it's acceptance, okay.
It is awareness and acceptance.
Okay.
So that you just know that you're the worst, and therefore you won't be as bad as
Dead Gunga,
as the individual I'm talking about.
Refining terrible here.
Who is convinced that they can levitate small objects with their fucking mind. I don't think that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it were.
Krankenhaus is one of my favourite German words.
It sounds like a type of house music.
I guess, if you like medical house music.
Did you know that in zombie movies they want brains because the movie that popularised it had zombies screaming in hunger pains, the brains pacifying the pain for a bit? Okay. You learn how to be even more terrible. Well, you're just learning by example. The classic "I learned it from you" thing. Accepted I was terrible a long time ago. Oddly enough, nobody specified what at. I think you can tell from my comments that any thought of me as a genius is mistaken. Is it existent? You just need to remove one letter from the recital to strike a bum note. What? I don't even know. I had
a kid in my class thinking dinosaurs died when the Big Bang happened. That's kind of adorable, to be honest.
That's actually really funny. I just like the idea that they came out of it, like, directly. Just fucking
fired out.
T-Rexes and fucking the other ones that I can't remember the name of right now. I used to be so much better at dinosaurs when I was a kid. Stegosaurus, there's one. I know, 2 whole dinosaurs. And then there's the compy, but that's like the short name for it. There's the little ones, the ankle biters. Very annoying. Just shoot them in the face.
I learned English from Cartoon Network. I was 7 years old. The amount of people that are non-English heritage.
I learned a language.
Learning things from TV and cartoons, yeah.
I learned a language from TV shows is like completely fucking mind-blowing to me. Like, I watch a foreign TV show, and I get nothing out of it. I might get 1 or 2 swears.
I learn like 3 words every season.
Like, actually learning to speak a language from a TV show, that's such a, ironically enough, foreign concept to me. Dinosaurs aren't extinct because birds are dinosaurs and they're everywhere. I mean, technically birds are birds and dinosaurs are dinosaurs. They're just downstream.
Baka.
Yeah, okay, I learned that from fucking Ponyo.
Yeah, that was really good.
Because we watched Ponyo in
He'll
my
get it in
Japanese.
a minute.
Jesus Christ, bro, thank you. It's like I could not fucking remember.
I was gonna say, like, give him a minute.
Yeah, I don't even good that English, really. When I learned Dutch, I learned from TV shows and news articles. Fair enough. My dyslexia makes it so I can't keep up with subtitles, so I had to learn English to understand movies.
Whoa.
I mean, that's the other one. There's not really a reason for me. Birds are real. A reason for me to learn another language. I mean, there are reasons for me to learn another language. It makes you more worldly, and you can go places and not come off as a massive jackass. But
does that say nanny? Because I think that looks like my shirt.
I don't have
the
to.
characters on my
that
shirt.
really does look like Nani,
Because I have the characters on my shirt.
which is Japanese for what?
Ah.
Huh? Who would win, Sir Sick or a goose?
Goose.
Depends.
Goose.
Depends on the size of the goose.
No, goose.
The bigger the goose, the more likely I am to win.
Goose fuck you up.
No. The bigger the goose, the more likely I am to win. It's all in the physics. Seagulls need lasers. Why? They're not sharks.
I'd rather not. Seagulls are already annoying enough.
Yes, what? What? Why did you say yes, what? Are you English? Yes, what?
Goose I mean, yes.
Goose are not mean. They're pissed. If you were pissed constantly and then people came up to you and started fucking around, you'd attack them too. I speak Red Dead Redemption English. Well, like cowboy speak. Hee-haw, etc. Geese generally don't wear armor or carry swords, though. I don't know what fucking geese you know. Wasn't bad English a band? Almost certainly. And it should also be banned. But not for me. So I get to use it and no one else.
Ausfahrt. Ausfahrt? Is a very appropriate sounding word that when you fart it exits your ass. What does Ausfahrt mean?
Sick isn't a goose diplomat. Well, no, because I'm not a goose, and I'm also not a diplomat. Oh dear, a doe, a female deer. It's oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Because aus means out, doesn't it? So I'm trying to work out what it could mean.
Cut to a giant goose preparing a Sunday Sir Sick dinner.
Exit. Ah, okay.
Would I get to wear the little feet hats that they wear for some fucking reason? What are they? What are they even for? What do they do? Who would win? A T-Rex with laser eyes or a robot ninja? A robot with ninja abilities? Or wouldn't that just be a robot ninja? I don't know. It depends if the T-Rex knows how to use its laser eyes. Or if it's just kind of unaware that the reason things keep bursting into flames in front of it is because of that. They're called Canada geese for a reason. Are they far more polite?
Would you like to have like shoes that turned your feet into like goose feet?
Would I like to have shoes that turned my feet into geese feet?
Because they kind of make the same sound as flip-flops on the ground, like...
Well...
I like that sound.
There is such a thing as flip-flops.
Yeah,
so...
but I don't... A lot of flip-flops I don't like, because you have to put the thing between your toes. I don't like that.
And I think that they shouldn't be called flip-flops. They should be called...
Bitches.
Because it's supposed to be onomatopoeia, but flip-flop is not the noise they make. My last bike trip down the towpath, the geese didn't want to move out of the way. I was about 3 seconds away from wielding my bike like a batleth. I imagine like getting on your bike and revving it would probably have done something, but then again.
But then you get
Are
shoes
we
that
talking
look.
about a bike?
You get
like
then, but you get shoes that look like goose
bike.
feet, then, not flip flops.
Oh. If the robot is well armed, it could win. Otherwise, it's probably the T-Rex. I mean, yeah, a robot with literal ninja abilities and no stuff is still just going to be like kind of like a dude, but made out of metal. Also, it depends how good the robot is. If it's like a really shit robot, you could have ninja abilities. You'd just be very sneaky.
Oh yeah, diving flippers. That does make sense.
Ducks walking
Except...
on laminate flooring is the most pleasing sound I've ever heard. And also just like a very, very specific situation.
It's just it's a wonder. I like I'm not a huge fan of dogs, but when dogs go across like tiled floor, that's a great noise as well.
Oh, the yeah. That's the one way I would be able to get a dog, is if I could promise tickety-ticks. Oh, stop being nice. Who's being nice? Don't yawn, sign takes time. I said whatever to go at me because I'm fucking knackered. Oh my god, now I'm yawning again. Oh, you piece of shit. Disassemble T-Rex. I think what you mean is disembowel. Usually, if you disassemble a living being, it involves like exploding them into bits.
Or chopping them up.
Either or.
Into parts.
They're all good. I've
not liking dogs. Just not a huge fan of them because they're very loud and they smell.
Yeah, but she likes me, so I don't understand what her fucking problem is.
Yeah, but you smell nice.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
But when I don't, oh.
Oh no, that's bad.
I've seen videos from Boston Dynamics. I'm pretty sure they could make a very good ninja robot if there was a market demand for it.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they currently couldn't, otherwise they would have.
I think we should put out into the market that we demand ninja robots.
Yeah. They're working their way up to it, but for now they can do ones that can, like, still, it's all very impressive. I'm not saying that any of this is unimpressive, but it ain't ninja shit. Like, not yet. Maybe someday. I think the biggest issues currently is just plain battery life and the amount of power you need for the kind of movements we're talking about.
How many people yawn while Seki's yawning?
Smelly dog is a bad owner, not the dog. It depends, because some people whose dogs are incredibly well looked after, if you're sensitive to smell, they're still going to smell like dog.
I'm sensitive to smell, so. But I was talking to the kids about this because if one of them yawns, the other one will yawn. But I don't. It's not really a thing that gets me. When other people yawn, I don't really yawn back. And because you do these huge, enormous, like very obvious, dramatic yawns, and they never seem to get me.
Sell wet, sick smell. Well, the only thing that gets me wet is whiskey, so it would just be the smell of whiskey. Dog farts so awfully.
Yes.
Yeah, but fucking most animals have horrendous farts. Yeah, at least occasionally.
The cat is the worst though, because it's not like she just does it in the other room.
Oh, she'll come up to your face and fart in it.
Yeah.
She's actually toxic. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm things aren't adding up, and it's pretty obvious, theorists. Okay. I think a lot of people are. Things aren't adding up because I don't understand this big part of it, so I'm going to assume I know better than the experts, theorist. And they come off as kind of fucking stupid. A kid used to force me to yawn in class, and my teacher yelled at me. I would never do such a thing. That'd be hilarious, though. But your teacher yelling at you at it. Like people who yell at people who yawn. Let's be more interesting then. Fuck off. Like, either you're not the most fascinating human on the face of the planet and they're just enraptured by you, or they're tired, or all sorts of reasons why people fucking yawn. If you take everybody's yawns personally, you're a wanker. That's it. I guess if you're a wanker, it doesn't matter that it's because you're a wanker. You're still going to be a wanker. I was kicked out for yawning very, very loudly. Can we stop fucking talking about yawning?
I just don't get it.
But then again, I am very bad at maths.
I don't get how seeing someone else yawn or seeing the word yawning makes you yawn.
I mean, who's that guy? The 1 + 1 = 1, or is it 1? Oh no, 1 × 1 = 2. One of the ones. The guy who couldn't maths. Like he's actually things aren't adding up as he does terrible maths.
Terrence Howard.
There you go.
People saying it.
Yeah, it's the Terrence Howard thing. It's like, oh, things aren't adding up. Yeah, because you don't know how. Google it. There's a genetic trait that we yawn when other primates yawn, and when they fucking won't stop saying yawn.
It doesn't work on me.
Good for you. What the fuck?
I always found it fascinating because it just doesn't work on me.
How about you're allowed to say yawn if you give me some fucking money? Otherwise, I'm going to be very upset. I'm going to hold them in now. Fuck you.
Everybody's saying it though.
But if someone pays, they get free ones.
Mr. Siggers above. No, I don't. I think I'm just not very socially adept.
To have the ability to release gas and not solid matter is a true mark of mastery over the body. This should be an Olympic sport. I have a feeling the French would take... For fuck's sake. No, I would. To release nothing but gas. I am the best at it. Or mentioning a stream makes Okay. My dogs would yawn when they saw me yawning. I mean, yeah. I like to yawn at general other animals because I think that is very cute and funny, especially when it works. My sophomore English teacher left me with 2 pieces of advice. Cover your mouth when you yawn. People get angry. Other animals get mad, as in frothing rabid mad. That's not 2 pieces of advice. That's 1 piece of advice with 2 situations. Your teacher was I can't even fucking English.
Well
Your
done.
teacher was an idiot. Maybe not. I don't know. Projectile farting. Jesus Christ.
Typical dog hating Englishishians. That's not even right. But Sick doesn't hate dogs.
I like dogs.
He adores them. So
I want a dog.
I don't.
I didn't want a cat and we got a cat. I want a dog and we don't get a dog. I feel like things aren't quite adding up. But then again, I am bad at math. It's not a conspiracy.
1 × 1 = 2.
Oh, you can very much have both of mine. I don't want someone else's fucking dogs. Eat more dog. I realise I'm giving away my shtick here. I don't want your shtick either. Terrence Howard also thinks that it is a big conspiracy. Yes, that was my joke. That was exactly the joke I was making. Thank you for keeping up.
Thank you, Space Cadet.
Cat debt.
That's what I said. Cat.
Cat with no T.
It doesn't need a T at the end.
It doesn't need a T. It's cat.
Cat. You understand what I mean when I say cat, though?
Sometimes no. Grr. You might be coming in and screaming just loud K sounds at me.
Oh my god, shut up.
Dark Farter. The force is cough cough strong with this one. I mean, are we talking about more Darth Shatter? Oh, did a cat die? Cats in space. Oh, I might need some advice actually.
Oh,
This
no.
is actually genuinely serious, and I'm gonna have to say it quite quietly. But fucking, my mum has a dog, and it died over the weekend, and we have yet to tell the kids because they were on holiday. So, any advice you can have, so that just so we don't fuck up telling them about it, because I think it's like literally their first.
It's their first death.
It's
So
their first death of something or someone, family member really, and yeah, like when I found out, I'm not even that close to that dog, and I was like quite sad about it. So it's gonna be fun, but yeah.
well, I would be honest about it. I just want to know how you're supposed to
there's
deal
gonna
with
be
the
no
aftermath.
lies. Everything is going to be. I don't want to say like ultra frank, but we're going to, because they have to know. Turn up and something's not there. They're going to notice and they will have questions. But yeah, we certainly I certainly wasn't asked to lie about it. I have no. But the thing is, they're going to see them in a couple of weeks, so like we have a time period of. I didn't want to do it straight after the holiday. That's fucked shit. I don't know if I should wait a little bit longer. We're thinking of maybe doing it tomorrow, but we didn't want, you could die any second. Night, kids. Fuck. Life is short. Live.
Life is short. Life
Is
is shit.
shit.
Soon it will be over.
We got a dog when I was 7. Little fucker lived for 20 years. That's what you want.
That is an old dog.
Like we got a cat 5 years, or 2 or 3 years before we had the kid, and she just is fine.
She's still sprightly and she's 16.
You wouldn't know that she wasn't as old as she is.
Everyone's like, really? When they say that she's 16, because she just walks around like there's not a problem.
Mrs. Six smells too. That's true.
Yeah, I do. Apparently, I smell like beans.
My mum lied my entire life. She said was sent to live with a rancher. My dad told me 35 years later.
Oh no, I wouldn't say like
I've got to assume at some point in that 35 years you had learned how long dogs lived.
The problem is our kids are not stupid.
That's the other one.
So telling them something like that will just lead to more questions, and then they'll figure out that we were lying to them.
Cats can make it to 25. Yeah, I know. Ours will be a fucking record breaker.
Oh, she's going for 60.
And she keeps... You can't let any fucking piece of clothing be on the floor, because she will eventually piss on it.
Yeah, she's like, oh, super soft. Oh, so soft. And then she pees on it.
So, for fuck's... Like, she's got a box that she uses all the time. Clothing on floor, piss on it. Thanks! And yeah. Maybe I should clean up. It actually does make me clean up after myself more than I possibly would. But for fuck's
Give
sake.
her a diaper.
I do not want to have to fucking chase a cat around and change its fucking ass every fucking 10 minutes. She's trying to potty train. What? No. It works with hamsters, just put in a new one. It doesn't work so well with dogs because they have like personalities and often just a look that doesn't look like other ones.
Who is it?
Yeah, I know, to be honest with them. I'm looking for like traps that I'm not thinking of. Not the obvious shit.
Whom is Imhotep in 5 words? Okay, architect, doctor.
Yeah, but that's 6 words.
Mathematician.
Who is Imhotep?
Probably
in 5
autistic.
words?
There you
Is
go.
6 words. You fucked it up already. Kids start off nearly perfect, then adults fuck them around. I mean, certainly. I wouldn't say they start off perfect. I don't assume that I was a perfect fucking flighty being. I think people are just not great at raising people. And that's like a fact.
Are the kids religious? No.
No. Surprisingly enough, the children of the guy with the atheist channel don't believe in God. And that's not to say that we... Oh my God. I've told this story many, many times, but it has to be told again. We're like super, despite the channel and making fun of people, you gotta understand, it's never about the religion. It's about claims. Stupid claims that people act as if are facts and think people should agree with them because of how clever they are. That's what I care about. I don't give a shit if you're religious. If you're religious, whatever. And this is how we raised the kids. It's like people have their beliefs. These are our beliefs, but if you come to a conclusion X, Y, Z, we're fully understanding and accepting of that. We don't believe that there is any kind of God.
It's more about critical thinking than
it's,
saying you can't be religious.
But yeah, like we'll never do such a thing. And just telling them to keep their mind open. And then the first time we were with some family and someone brought up God, they almost shouted across the room, "God doesn't exist!" Like just the worst kind of fucking atheist.
So they were like 6 or 7. God's not real.
Oh my God. It was so fucking embarrassing.
I thought it was funny.
It was funny, but it was also very embarrassing. Things can be two things at the same time.
Yeah, but I don't really get embarrassed, so...
I'm glad I work remotely. Now my boss can't tell when I'm watching setting videos. I mean, I don't know. You're wearing some funny clothes there. I'm sure he can tell from your camera. My buddy and his wife micromanage the fuck out of their kids over stupid shit instead of giving them some level of autonomy. Yeah, I don't get that. Like, if anything, we want them to be as fucking independent as humanly possible so that we can, like, do shit. I want to be able to leave and come back and the house not be burnt down without having to drag them with us everywhere or any of that shit. Yeah, your kids need autonomy. It's like good for them. It's like really good for them. It'll make them like adults who can do things when they grow up. That'd be great.
Yeah, we're trying to give them like a lot of independence and life skills and stuff, but also because of their conditions, they require a lot of regulation. And trying to get them to be able to regulate themselves is an ongoing battle, but they're still kids, so I don't expect them to be like perfect at the moment. But they are getting better though.
I had to disable my laptop microphone. I'm not paranoid. My camera doesn't work. The kid yelling that was pretty funny. It was funny, but
yeah, that's a good idea.
It's just not like perfect.
A YouTube video, because they tend to be better with visuals and stuff. So having a YouTube video about death might actually help them.
I don't know, but anyway, that's a thing. Good snowflakes are a pain. What's a snowflake? I also have 3 computers now because they keep breaking. From the sounds of it, you have 1 computer and 2 broken computers. That is not the same thing as having 3 computers. That is a very different situation that you have there. If I have kids, I would ask them how they think something should be done before they try to do it. I mean, it's kind of what we do with words. Not exactly the same thing. But if they ever use a swear word, and yes, this is great hypocrisy because one of us swears like a fucking sailor, but the rule of the house is that you can swear if you have a job. And I think that's a fucking fair rule. And when they have jobs, if they swear, I'm not going to give them shit for it. But Currently, they do not have jobs for good reasons. They go to school, which, while hard work, is not a job. If they use a swear word that they clearly just didn't know was a swear word yet, I just ask them to tell me what it means. And almost universally, they don't know. And in fact, they will say, I don't know what that word means. And basically trying to teach them to go, okay, so if you don't know what a word means, you probably shouldn't use it until you do.
Swearing is a perk of employment, yes.
Effectively, at least in this household, I have said that it's not applicable to the outside world. My house rule is no shout. My parents banned yo in the house, so we constantly. Why? Yo, that is so pathetic. Come on. I may as well not have a job because I never have any work to do. Yes, but are you getting paid for that not work to do? Then you're good. Will jobs include paper rounds? I wouldn't ever subject my child to a fucking paper round.
No, because because
it's abusive bullshit.
They're also outdated.
they're pointless. What are they going to do? Just wander around giving out emails. Nice. My dad always told me that swear words were like magic words, and if you use them too much, they lose their powers. That's not fucking true. Your dad was a fucking liar. Swear words are great. All we need is one person that's really offended by them, and then the rest of us can use them all the time. And as long as we know that one person is getting really upset every time someone
the whole
swears,
you need a job
still
thing,
works.
The whole you need a job thing came up because when they were really small and because they had to go through speaking therapy because they weren't speaking when they were younger.
They were a couple of months premature. So, there was work to be done. And
so they would use very basic language. So eventually the thing is, she was like, one of them was like 4 years old, and she dropped something, and she went shit, and I was like, it's in context, and I'm like, no, you can't say that. That's a grown-up word. And she just looked at me like she didn't understand, and I was just like, she doesn't get it. She doesn't understand the difference between a grown-up word and a child word. Yeah. So we came up with the concept of, well, you need a job, because it was more understanding for them.
Explaining the concept of grown-up words between not grown-up words was not particularly difficult.
If you're a grown-up, you're more than likely to going to have a job.
Yeah.
So it was that's the way the concept came about.
Someone's asking where Blossom is. Blossom is there. I can see him very well. If you can't find him, everyone else, shh. They've got to find him on their own. Otherwise, it's just not. They won't get that satisfaction. Won't get that job satisfaction, and then thus won't be able to swear. And I've just made that other person who clearly has no job satisfaction.
They want him to dance.
Make him dance. No. I don't know. At least if they figure and you can't just say as if you found him and then pretend that you found him and wait for me to go, yeah, he's over there on that moon.
Dance.
Is Blossom a him? Yes. Blossom is a dude. 100%. The first time I swore as a kid, I was told the only time I was spanked. I was at Grandma's house playing with blocks. My tower fell over, and I said, "God damn this shit."
It's in context, though, so it's you can't. Like, at least it's in context.
I also just don't get parents and parental figures who can't explain why something shouldn't be done, and they go, "Oh, it's time for violence." Like, it's so pointless. Understanding why you shouldn't do something has been so much more effective on the kids than
Yeah, look,
just
they just
saying
they
random
just go,
shit.
oh, okay, that makes sense, and that's all they do.
Is Blossom a rabbit or have rabbit ears? No? It's wearing a mask. And
If you watch
straw for hair.
if you watch the show, you would know.
I don't know if it's been explained yet exactly what's going on.
No, not allowed. Shh.
Yeah.
Secrets.
I don't know that much.
Secrets.
Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. But I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. First time I swore, I stubbed my toe so badly it was swollen and I yelled at the top of my lungs. What did you yell? Better be a good one. Oh my god. Last time I have been told off more times since, but one of the most memorable times I've been told off swearing was by someone my age, but who just happened to be a parent at the time. So they had kids to like tell off. And I was helping them just out of the goodness of my heart for no reason, because I wanted to help them. And my fucking shorts I was wearing just tore right fucking in half. And I just went, fuck! And they went, oh, we're in a neighborhood. I was like, I don't fucking care. Look at my pants. I am very upset right now. My first at a babysitter at an early age was rhyming words with sucking until I landed on the one that got me. That is such bullshit.
Yeah.
That is fucking bullfit? Bullshit.
Bullfit rounds with bullshit.
Bullfit? Bullshit? Bullfuck you all. I stubbed my toe when I was a kid. My big toenail split in half.
Ugh.
And it turned black and fell off.
Yeah,
See, you get four swears for that. Like, I think the ability to hand out like swear cards to a kid. Here's 4 of these. Use them when something really shit happens.
I've seen one of these techniques for ADHD kids.
Yeah.
Was like they're allowed to go in a room, usually it's the bathroom, and they're allowed to like swear as much as they want in there, but when they come out they're not allowed to do it anymore, and if any time they feel the urge to swear again they have to go into the bathroom.
I can see that being a certain effect. Honestly, our system has worked almost flawlessly.
Yeah, but they're rules lawyers, our kids. So.
Although they say dang it a lot.
Yeah, they say dang it. And
so
they say heck as well. But I think that's from YouTubers.
Stuff that I absolutely don't think of as swear words. Like, some people go, oh, well, you know what they mean, and therefore it's exactly the same. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, you prick. Sorry, I meant shut the funk up, you prink. Like, it makes a difference. It sounds less harsh. And, you know, the people who get upset about people swearing in Klingon. You just teach them Patak. Not gonna lie, that'd be
really
pretty
good.
Great. Swears are the spice of language. Yeah, but you don't want to get too spicy. That's why we give kids milder curries, or you know whatever it is you're putting spice in. Penile person, not prick. Penile person would be a completely different. Still a curse. Yeah, but fuck it. What are you gonna do? Click, click. There we go. All right, 10 seconds left, and then I'm gonna fuck off. But yeah, I hope you had a good time. I certainly put up with you all, you little bastards. And yeah, Glurel. Glurel? I don't know. Right, I'm off. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Have a good one, folks. Fag off.
Frack off.
All right. Boy. See you later. Bye.